I'm Nadine Hall. I'm a textile designer, fiber artist, interior decorator, and fashion designer. Being influenced by my mom, who was a dressmaker, so I'm following in her footsteps. So I just want to show you a few of my works, or a collection of my work over the years. Being a student at Edinburgh College, graduated with honors. Yay! So from woven imagery, this is a scarf that I designed, and I wove this, and this swimsuit, because I'm also into fashion. This is my custom printed fabric. I printed this spandex and made the swimsuit. And this is another scarf that I did. This technique is called the ikat, where you tie-dye the fiber and then you weave it into whatever you want to. So this is my scarf that I did with the ikat technique. So these dresses, these three dresses represent three different cultures: Indian, Japanese, and African. This is a tent dress that I did. It has pockets on both sides, and you can see the traditional techniques are used with these dresses, but it also shows my versatility as a designer and how to put a modern twist on these traditional techniques. I did block printing with this and a bit of tie-dye for this dress. This dress was done in the technique of shibori. It's a tie-dye Japanese technique, and also the yuzen, which is another technique that I use for the belt. I also have a scarf that I did with the yuzen for this outfit. This is using mud. This is a mud cloth using adinkra symbol, and this is a African technique. So this completes this collection, and this was an assignment that I got for second year assignment. So I do wear these dresses. As you can see, they're a little bit faded, so I make some fun. Okay, so this is a bridal dress that I did. It's just a simple, elegant gown made out of bridal satin. It has a short train with a little embroidered detail to the edge. So this is also one of my creations, not necessarily to show any form of textile techniques, but to show my versatility as a designer and my aesthetic, because I like clean lines, I like simple silhouettes, although sometimes I do go over the edge and go avant-garde, but majority of the times I do really simple silhouettes and clean lines. So this is my little black dress with a vava foam aspect to it. So this dress, it was plain. I had it for some time, and I had a course. It was called textile fabric manipulation, and I had the dress there sitting in my hamper for a bit, and after doing the course and being enlightened to the amount of ways that we can change a simple fabric into something outstanding, then I applied several textile manipulation techniques. This was ruffling, and I cut some bias strips and put on here organza to create this textured look, and I also did some pleating and tucks on the belt, and also carried, to balance out the look, carried the ruffling on the split and the hem. So this is my little black dress. Oops.
Start again.
Alright, so this dress was for an assignment for one of my final projects in second year, and it had to do with a fusing of eras. We're looking at different eras and printing different patterns. So I wanted to fuse punk rock and baroque. So this was my interpretation of that. I like to use a lot of prints and patterns and textures and colors to create contrast and that element of surprise. So this dress, which I love, had a bit of tulle from the punk rock, and my ruff here and the sleeves. This is all screen printed, with the different patterns here, and done by yours truly. It also has pockets, so it's very, very trendy. It's pockets on both sides, and so you can see you have stripes, you have diamonds, you have polka dots, you have this abstract piece here. You have the tulle, you have the purple, you have the lilac, you have the green, you have the black, you have this neon green, yellowish color, and then we have the chevron at the back. So there's a whole lot of things happening. However, it's still in unity and it's still in harmony and it's still pleasing to the eye. So this also, again, working with my aesthetic sensibilities and creating the contrast and the colors and the pop and that wow factor. So this is my nice little dress. Yes. Alright, so these are my fabric samples. These are my prints, my designs. I did everything on this table. And I still have some more, but the table can't hold. So I have different colorways, like the same print in different colorways. So this, I love this. This is so beautiful. And this actually, that design actually came from a drawing class I had in third year, and it is so symbolic, this print. And this is another version of it on sheer fabric. This is crepe-back satin, and this is sheer. So it's just an exploration. I love what I do, and I love exploring with different fabrics and different colorways. And this is also another sheer fabric and design I did. This, I absolutely love this. The swimsuit was made from this design, just that this is cotton, and that was printed on spandex. And also, this is another version, another colorway for the same design that I still absolutely love. And there's a black and white. Can't find it in the rubble. These are some woven samples that I've done. And I am textiles. I love what I do. And when I do it, I don't eat, I don't sleep, I never get tired, I never get hungry. Because I absolutely enjoy doing what I do. As a designer, as a fine artist, it's in my blood. Will never ever change. This is what I do. This is my life. So, right, and this is another colorway for this. I call them the swirls. I need to name my fabrics. And this one I call it the cracked, so another colorway. But these are just some of the designs that I have. I still want to do a lot more explorations and designs. I have a lot of ideas that I want to bring forth. To produce my clothing line, to do t-shirts and resort wear, also some formal stuff, avant-garde, red carpet looks. So yeah, so these are just a few of my samples. Oh, this is the black and white. I also love looking at tribal elements, symbolisms, and yeah. So I also like getting into that kind of thing. So these are just some of my designs. This one was block printed with the Adinkra symbol. Adinkra Hini, I think it's a pronunciation. It's the chief Adinkra symbol. So yes, this is all me. And just to give you a synopsis of what I do and who I am. And this is my life. I am textiles. Alright, so these are some drawings I did. It's a study of the Dinka people of the Upper Nile. And I wanted also to bring my textiles background into the drawings. They are minimalist drawings, and I just wanted to emphasize lines and silhouettes. And use of color and different techniques to create that kind of a textile feel to the study. So, yeah. This, I absolutely love this. I need to do some more explorations with this design. I absolutely love, and that's a Baroque inspired design. And this one is tribal. As you can see the Adinkra symbol, the Zulu shield. I reinterpreted and put it into vibrant colors, and I put a contemporary spin on tribal and ethnic symbolism. Another set of exploration I did, this series is called Trapped. When my mom passed in 2013, I had to grapple with her passing because we had unresolved issues. We were just becoming friends, and when she passed, I felt like I was trapped, as this butterfly. So this study is also a drawing for a drawing class that I did, and it explores my emotions just by using lines, just by formalism and using lines. So this is what these are about. However, from this study came this set of work, which I called Trap, the Butterfly series, and I translated that from the drawing class into fabric because I was still experiencing the same type of emotions, and I wanted to explore it not in drawing. I wanted a three-dimensional aspect to it. So I reinterpreted the same emotions in fabric, and this is using several techniques: reverse applique, it had layering, it has woven finger weave, it has photo transfer, screen printing. So several techniques in these. I also love this artwork, hanging panels, and they look like stained glass windows. They cannot evoke that, but they're still portraying the same sentiments as the drawing pieces. These are just adding some color and still exploring the trapped topic and using some color. And I think this is a very powerful piece here. Very, very powerful with the red symbolism, like this is like blood. And there's another one over there with the black, but they're equally powerful. And it really looks at like the person going through the pain and evolving and getting to that part where they leave from the cocoon into the butterfly. So So this is part of my final project at Edamame College, and so this is now on leatherette, screen printed leatherette. So it's the trapped from the drawing class to the textiles to my final year project, and this is now printed on leatherette, which has formed the flooring for my installation, which is called Heirlooms, and we'll get to that last. So let's look at the process for the heirlooms. This was the original idea, so the concept. These are my balloons. This should have been mirrors and printed on the mirror, and upholstered walls, and screen printed floors, and the handbag really from my mom. And you will see how it evolved. So this was the original idea. This is a picture of me and my mom. This was taken in the day before she went away to Chicago. When she came back, she took sick after that for 2 weeks, and then she passed the same October 2013. So this was the day before she went away. After she came back, it was just downhill from then. She came back in April, and she passed in October. These are some explorations that I did of the space, how I wanted it. It was evolving. So these are the patterns that I wanted to use, the motifs, the walls. These are the wall patterns, and these were the flooring choices that I was contemplating. And so lastly, let's go to the great shebang. So this is the Heirlooms installation that it took 2 years for me to finalize the concept, and then it took another 6 months for me to do all the balloons and the forms, the screen printing. And so as you can see the transformation, how it evolved from all of that upholstered walls and mirrors and stuff to this. And this is a bare essential, and this is a core, and this is what really hits to the nerve of what I really want to convey. There are 7 female forms, and this is an autobiographic installation. It tells the story of my life, and I wanted an element of my mother to be in it because it pays homage to my mom, as she was a dressmaker. And when I was growing up in the house, I would see her get a plain piece of fabric one night, and in the morning it would be transformed into a garment, or a shirt, or a dress with frills, or baby stuff. And I was like, wow, that was magical, and I wanted to create magic just like her. So this is me creating magic in my own way, but still using textiles and fiber and fabrics and threads and cords and inks, and just evolving in my world. This is my world. This is my happy place. So the Heirlooms installation is very, very deep. It's symbolic. I use a lot of symbolisms in the work to get the message across. So if you really have to peel back the layers, and the flooring is significant, the forms are significant, the spikes on the forms are also significant. The handbag is significant because it brings the presence. It's like my mother, it's that element of my mother that is still here that represents her, and the balloons represent the things that are intangible, that we can never use tangible things to replace: the memories, the legacies, the inheritances, the continuity. And the handbag, this was the handbag that my mom brought back from Chicago, and it was the only thing I asked for when she passed, and I wanted it to be symbolic, and I wanted to really emphasize the importance of it in the installation. So it takes on a whole different signifier from just being a fashion item. It is now a part of my history, memorabilia. It's now fine art. So this is the work, and it's deep. It's deep. So thank you for listening, and for viewing my work. And I can be contacted on Facebook, by Facebook, Nadine Natalie Hall, textile designer, interior decorator, fiber artist, fashion designer. And this is my body of work. And yeah, so I am textiles. This is who I am. So this is it. Yep, that's it.
That's a wrap.